Welcome to A Fortnight on the Isle, the bi-weekly update series for myself, your host, King Crusoe, but you can call me KC. Today's video, we're going to see a little bit of a new structure for the series, just a little bit. One section removed, which we'll talk about, a couple sections rearranged compared to how they've been for the last 2 years now. Is that how long I've been doing that? That feels weird to say. Either way, that is what this video is going to do, and I'm sorry that the appearance of this video is going to look very much like all of the rest of them, and that is because, quite frankly, this week absolutely sucked. Getting callouts from work, 60-hour/6-day work week, and every second remaining throughout the week working on the few videos that have already come out this year. It's just been a little bit hectic, and I frankly did not have time to actually work on this video, or at least not be able to make the market improvements upon Fortnite on the Isle the way that I have so far with State of Affairs and with the book binge. So as a result, this one just kind of looks like the old style and isn't going to have the improved editing, for example, or the improved tags and stuff throughout, because I just don't have time to do that. I'm running too close to the end of the clock for that to be a thing. Anyway, like I said, you'll still notice the sort of changes to the structure, but everything else about this is going to be a little bit more normal, albeit way shorter, because there's actually not that much to talk about. So let's start with the bi-weekly reading like I normally do. There is definitely not much to talk about here. The only reading that I did over the previous fortnight was blasting my way through Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, finishing the book before the new year started, which was phenomenal. Like, the book was phenomenal. It was great that I was able to finish it before the end of the year. So the two coming videos on the channel this week, which we'll talk about in the next section of the video, I'll obviously talk a little bit more about this in detail, so I don't want to waste too much time about it here. Just know that this book was amazing, and I had a really great time with it. And I think that people who, there are a handful of people, it's not a huge amount of people, but a handful of people who like kind of push it off as being like more popcorny are wrong, and that the people who think it is a masterpiece are correct and might not even be praising it enough. That is how much I loved this book. So that is all that I have to say for the bi-weekly reading. Actually, I haven't gotten to read anything since I finished, on account of either being busy working on video stuff or the last few days having callouts at work, in which I just have not been able to read when I'm at home, and haven't been able to read at work, obviously, and even haven't been able to work on video stuff. So like, I'm going to be even more behind than I already was 2 days ago, just as a result of the last couple days of work. So it feels bad man type of moment. It was great the last couple weeks of reading, just finishing the book, but I didn't get very much done. I haven't done anything since then, and I finished that book on like the 29th or something like that. Is that correct? Okay, I finished the book on December 30th, but even so, it's been 5 days, and I still haven't gotten to touch anything else. Anyway, the next section of the video is now, instead of the bi-weekly writing, it's going to be the coming releases. I'm going to talk about video releases after I get done with reading, because I think that's actually more applicable to people who are generally watching this series, so that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. I already hinted and referenced to the next couple videos coming on this channel, so on the main channel on Tuesday the 7th, I'll have my December reading wrap-up and January TBR video up, and of course, that makes sense that I would be talking about this in it, because this is what I read in December. Like, this made up the bulk of my reading. And then on Thursday, the 9th of the month, will be my top 10 books of 2024. Kind of spoils that video to a small degree to say that this is going to feature in that video somewhere, but Pillars of the Earth is going to feature in that video somewhere. So if you're interested to see where that is and where I'd rank some of my other favorite reads of 2024, check out Thursday's video for that. Next Sunday should be a DNF review that I'm actually going to be doing. It'll be my first and so far only DNF review, and that's going to be for Tides of War by Steven Pressfield. That's what I'm going to be covering on Sunday, and I hope when you watch that video you'll understand the reasons and justifications for my making the video, even though it kind of doesn't make sense. I normally wouldn't be inclined to do a DNF review, but since I DNF so infrequently, I think it makes sense to like give my opinion, like this is the problem that I had with it, or this is why it didn't click for me, this is why I didn't ultimately finish it, I think that can apply in its own way just as much as, say, any review from a person who finished a book. So that's going to be next Sunday. Next Tuesday is going to be my review of Wrath by John Gwynne, fourth book in Faithful and Fallen. It's down here, but I'm too lazy to reach for it to actually show you. That video is going to be on Tuesday. I'm really excited for that review. In fact, my video notes for that thing are like super duper long. I think I have, okay, never mind. Actually, I was lying. I only have 250 words for that. I think it is a different video that had like 1,000 words worth of notes, which was pretty crazy. But even so, I'm excited for that review. After finishing the series, I'm excited to cover that. And then in the next fortnight, there's going to be another Faithful and the Fallen related video that you're going to get to see. Tune in next fortnight on the IRL to figure out what that is specifically and when it is going to come out. But now we move into the bi-weekly writing, the slight reordering. Like I said, kind of just switch these two sections around so that if you're not interested in the writing, you don't have to, you know, skip an entire section just to get to the coming releases or anything like that. I think it's more relevant this way. As you probably would expect at this point, I haven't written anything for the Reign of Ash in the last fortnight. I've been too busy preparing end-of-year videos, year-end review videos, and well, I've been working a lot this week and haven't actually been able to get nearly as much video work done as I had planned, because yesterday I couldn't get any done when I wanted to get through a whole ton of stuff. And today, all I have time for is this video, and I barely have time for it when I thought that I would get a bunch of stuff done as well. Either way, so no words for Reign of Ash, unfortunately, but got plenty of words done the last fortnight, working on, like I said, year in review type stuff. There's plenty of those types of things that I actually worked on for reviews and blogs. So book review stuff, I haven't written any words yet. I mean, I guess I kind of got like a 25, 30, maybe 50 word like review placeholder thing for Pillars of the Earth up on Goodreads, but I have not had a moment to be able to actually work on writing that review. And I don't think I will now for a couple of weeks at this point. I might be able to sneak it in at work one of these coming days, but who knows if that's actually going to end up happening. I'll try my best to get it done soon, but no promises on that. Haven't written that review yet, so no words for book reviews. But for music-related reviews, I actually got quite a bit done. I wrote about 5,600 words over the last 2 weeks, most of that being at work on Thursday. I actually had a lot of time to write at work on Thursday, which was great. Thursday went pretty well in that regard. So basically, I wrote 5,600 words for my 2024 Album of the Year video that's going to be coming out on the second channel hopefully this month, but who knows if I'm going to be able to get that out this month. At this point, it might be February, totaling that entire video at being 6,600 words, which is like 2,000 words longer than last year, which is shocking, but I'm pretty happy with how that video is looking. For gaming related stuff, I wrote a total of 5,100 words. So the first little bit that I got done was a couple weeks back. I actually did the last few hours that it took to finish up No Return on The Last of Us Part 2, which again we'll talk about in the next section, which meant that I got another 300 words added quickly for like note related stuff in that, totaling my notes for that video to be 4,800 words at this point. And that means that any work that I do on that video moving forward is actually going to be finalizing the structure of it and then starting to actually write it. So I'm pretty excited about that. Well, actually, might not be like actually starting to write it. I have to consolidate those notes and actually get things applied to their proper section, and then I can start writing things. But either way, I finished taking the notes for while I'm playing, that kind of thing. And now that I'm looking at this now, I apologize. It wasn't actually 5,100 words that I wrote for gaming related stuff this month. It was 3,400. That is because the bulk of what I actually wrote on Thursday was the remaining 3,100 words, which of course adding the 300 that I just talked about only makes 3,400. I was adding the wrong numbers together when I did this very quickly, just, you know, like a half hour ago. My 2024 game ranking video, which again I would have liked to have done this month, may be pushed into February. At this point, I think this one at least will probably be pushed into February. We have yet to see what exactly is going to go down on that front, but that video is now looking at a total of 3,500 words, 3,100 of which I wrote on Thursday. It was really great. I'm also excited about how that video looks And finally, for film-related stuff, 2,000 words, which was the final 2,000 words of the 2024 film ranking. Again, that one is almost certainly going to come out this month. It's just a matter of which Wednesday this month it comes out. Might be really close to the end of the year, but it also might be in like a week from this Wednesday. Who knows for sure when that's going to happen. I want to get it out earlier than not, but if I have other stuff that I need to prioritize, the other stuff will get prioritized. But that video is at a total of 2,500 words, 2,000 of which, like I said, I wrote on Thursday. Pretty excited for all 3 of those videos. It was a good amount of words. I really like writing that kind of blog type nonfiction stuff because I can just plow through so many words without it really actually taking much out of me. Writing fiction and writing nonfiction, two completely different beasts. And when I say nonfiction, I don't even mean like research stuff, because that's also a completely different beast, but just writing my type of blog type stuff. They're very easy to pump words into things like that. But just as I referenced playing The Last of Us Part 2, moving into entertainment talk, basically all I have to say on this front that is substantial is that I did completely finish all of everything that I'm going to be doing in The Last of Us Part 2. I said I would play No Return last time. I did exactly that, got all the trophies and completed all the challenges associated with that, which was fun. Completed my notes associated with a future video that I'm going to be doing with that. I thought that the mode was pretty solid. I enjoyed The Last of Us's gameplay, but it did get a little bit old and repetitive at some point. There's not quite enough variety to make it as endlessly replayable as something like, say, Remnant is for me, but I think I've been spoiled because Remnant is like some of the best roguelite type of game you can play, because it's only one of several aspects that goes into that game. But that is all that I have to say for entertainment talk, essentially, unless you want to count the fact that I've been seeing good reviews for the recent Count of Monte Cristo movie that came out earlier this, or rather in 2024 in France, and I think just a couple weeks ago has been kind of hitting the international market. I wish places near me were playing it, because I would really like to see that. But unfortunately, nowhere near me is playing that right now, so I can't see it. But I just thought I would note that that is a thing that exists and that I wish I could watch but can't at the moment. Moving into music talk is actually going to be basically the final announcement now that you can check out Music Mania, the new series, the new essentially weekly Monday series on King Crusoe II, or at King Crusoe VODs, on every Monday. Every Monday that series is going to come out there, or every Monday as far as able. With how crazy this week is and how much I'm going to struggle just to get this video out, you never know. There might be a week where I just have to say, okay, no Music Mania this week, unfortunately. I'm still going to try my best to get that out, because it's going to be the first official episode, and I don't want to miss the first official episode of the series, so that would suck. But yeah, that's going to be a thing. Second channel is going to have the music talk stuff from now on, because people always drop out of the music talk on these videos, and I don't think my audience really cares. So I'm not going to keep them in Fortnite on the Isle anymore. That's going to be a completely separate thing on the second channel, so it can have its own audience, and I think that that is the way that I need to do it. So thank you for watching this video if you did. I know it's a little bit shorter, a little bit maybe underwhelming compared to the last couple of videos. At least I'm definitely going to find it underwhelming, because I'm not going to be able to put as much time into little edits that I would like for this to be better. I just simply don't have the time for that today. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Once again, I really appreciate it if you did. For now, I have been your host, King Crusoe, but you can call me KC, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.